All right, it is 5 o'clock. I will call the Finance and Personnel Committee to order. We will begin with the roll. Alder Close. Here. Alder Decker. Here. Alder Perella.
Here.
Mitchell is here. We have 4 out of 4 and a quorum. Will you please join me in the pledge? I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, next up is item number 4, approval of the minutes from the October 27th meeting. Is there any discussion on those minutes? If not, we'd be looking for a motion to approve.
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
All right, we have a motion to approve by Alder Perella, a second by Alder Decker. Seeing no discussion on this item, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Chair votes aye. The ayes have it and the motion passes. Those minutes are approved. Next up is item 5, public comment. Again, I will point out there are at least people here, so I have to ask, do we have anybody for public comment this evening? All right, then seeing none, we will move on to items for discussion and possible action, starting with item number 6, report number 28 of 2526 by the Finance Director, submitting the tax levy certification for the 2025-2026 school year from Kohler School District.
Good evening. Both this item and number 7 are recurring items that come forward every year. This is just the Kohler School District, and for this item and the next item is Lakeshore Technical College, letting us know how much to put on the bills for taxes this year for their levy amount. So this has not, we have no control over these numbers. We just have to file and put them on the tax bills.
Any questions or comments on this item? Alder Close.
Out of curiosity, how does this differ from last year's numbers? Do you have that available?
If I can have one moment, I can tell you. So for 2024, the tax levy for the Kohler School District was $2,052,064.
And same question for the next item too. So if you have those numbers available, that'd be great.
Yes, I will work on that next.
Okay.
Any other questions or comments? If not, we'd be looking for a motion to file on this one.
I make a motion to file.
Second.
All right, we have a motion by Alder Perella, second by Alder Decker. Seeing no further discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Chair votes aye. The ayes have it and the motion passes. That item's been filed. Next up is item 7, report number 29 of 2526. Submitting a tax levy report that supports the 2025-2026 budget for Lakeshore Technical College District and a copy of the district-wide apportionment of the tax levy based upon the 2025 fully certified values furnished by the Wisconsin Department of Revenue. So this was the other one that was already touched on, but
Yes, per your request, Alder Close, last year's tax levy amount was $2,485,498.
Thank you.
any other questions or comments on this one? If not, we would again be looking for a motion to file.
Make a motion to file.
Second.
We have a motion by Perella, second by Decker. Seeing no further discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Chair votes aye. The ayes have it and the motion passes. That item's been filed as well. Takes us to item number 8, which is resolution number 126 of 2526, authorizing the finance director to make all necessary changes and record all transactions in the city's general ledger to close the stormwater fund and consolidate it into the general fund.
Thank you. This item is, again, we're working on continuously cleaning up our chart of accounts and how we're doing our accounting. The stormwater fund was initially implemented sounds like. It was not during my time, quite a while ago, with an intent to have a fee that supported stormwater activities. However, we have not been charging said fees. I'm not sure exactly the history because that was before I was here. However, it's not utilized in the manner that it normally would be if we were charging the fees. So all the stormwater projects either go through capital fund right now or the stormwater fund to assist with the PPI&I projects. So in an effort to consolidate and make our accounting a bit easier and in best practice, we are requesting that we take the stormwater fund and consolidate to general fund.
Questions or comments? Alder Decker.
Yes, just a comment. I'm guessing that this may be a remnant of the flood of '98, something, because at that time there were a lot of ordinances and things like that, I believe, that were done at that time, and it probably was a remnant from back then.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments on this item? If not, we would be looking for a motion to approve.
Make a motion to approve.
Second?
We have a motion by Perrella, second by Alder Decker. Seeing no further discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Chair votes aye. The ayes have it, and the motion passes. That item's been approved. Next up is item 9, resolution number 128 of 2526, authorizing the appropriate city officials to take such measures necessary to release certain judgment liens related to 1430 Erie Avenue in Sheboygan, Wisconsin.
Good evening. This is an unusual resolution. We have only done one of these before in my experience with the city. What this resolution is asking is for council's support for my office to draft the necessary documents to file with the municipal court to ultimately file releases of judgment liens that are filed in circuit court against a property in the city that has been a source of chronic nuisance for several years and is now slated for sale on the private market via an online auction website. Staff has conflicting feelings about this request, so you'll notice that the resolution does not include a staff recommendation. But I am happy to answer any questions you might have.
Alder Perrella.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's funny because you already answered one part of my question, which was what is the city recommendation on this? Because I don't remember, I do not recall similar requests in the past. So this is a residence, right? This is not a business.
This is a residential duplex property. The only other time that we've presented a resolution like this, it was to support a large-scale redevelopment of 14 residential properties that were placed into, that were court-ordered to be sold for redevelopment. And in this case, it's a single property. But yes, it is residential. It will be sold from a commercial residential property owner to an individual.
And what is the knowledge of the sales? So how confident are we about the next step that the owner wants to take on this property? In other words, if we are going to do this, do we know what's the plan for the property? Do we know that it is actually it's a good cause to support, it's a good project to support?
So your question gets to the core of the issue, right? One argument is that new purchase of this property will trigger code corrections because the owner will want to see their investment returned, and they'll do that by renting the property out. The property is currently placarded and vacant, and it has been vacant for over a year. So one argument is that by redeveloping the property, getting it back into our available housing stock, we are doing our small part to support our housing shortage. There's an argument against this. This is not a customary practice for the city, and if we agree to honor this request, we may invite other similar requests. Judgment liens are filed in circuit court when a citation goes unpaid for an extended period of time. Judgment liens exist. They are viable against a property for 10 years. So if I own 5 properties and I have judgment liens on one of them, I'm not able to sell any of my properties within the county until those judgment liens are paid. So typically those judgment liens are paid off as part of the sale. And it applies by common ownership within the county of the jurisdiction that they're filed in. But in this case, the seller only owns this property. It has not been invested in for many years. It has been a source of struggle for code enforcement and for law enforcement. I'm about as wishy-washy as I can be on this one.
I appreciate it.
Alder Decker.
Yes, I think, Chair, I struggle with this one a lot too, because I don't, the last sale that happened with those 14 properties, there was an agreement in place that those 14 properties would be then rehabilitated and put back into the housing stock. There's no guarantee with this. This is just saying we're gonna release it, and I don't know how do we do that to this person, and then the last person that had a $44,000 or $50,000, they can say, well, wait a second, why did you give them a break? You didn't give me a break. I be honest with you, I would be inclined not to support this.
Yeah, and thank you. We do not have any sort of development agreement with the buyer.
Yeah. Because if there's no development agreement that says, hey, we're going to do X, Y, and Z, and this property is going to be, if we had some kind of an agreement with it that it came with it that would say this is what we're doing, I might be more in support of it. But just saying we're going to just do it so that the sale can go through. That kind of we've had many houses go through with the sales go through, and that's when we finally got our money out of it. I think we might have issues in the future with people going, well, I'll just let the fines pile up, and the city will forgive it later on. So.
Any other discussion on this one? I'll just say that I agree with a lot of the concerns that have been expressed. The last time we did this, it was a somewhat exceptional situation where, as Elder Decker alluded to, there was an agreement in place and we knew exactly what was going to happen and ultimately why we were making that decision. I would be concerned about the city's ability to properly enforce its own code and ordinances if we start setting the precedent that all you have to do is ask and all of the penalties for not maintaining a property in a consistent manner to that code can go away. So I too am unlikely to be supporting this. Do we have any further discussion?
So how do we make this go?
Administrator Bradley.
Just want to reiterate, staff was not recommending a position on this at all. This was simply a request from the proposed buyer.
The request came from Sorry, thank you. The request came from the seller.
So this is to their benefit. This is not something that staff is recommending that we do. Staff shares the same concerns you do.
Thank you. I would say in that case, I personally would be looking for a motion to file would work. Alder Perella.
Thank you. And just to understand, the statute by statute, the liens have to be paid by the buyer.
So typically, the judgment liens are recorded against the property, and when the property is sold, before any money goes to the seller, the liens are paid, and then the seller receives whatever the residue.
Right. And how many units are we talking about?
2.
Thank you. Thank you, Chair.
So I'll ask the, not deputy, city attorney if there would be any real difference in impact between were it to be the committee's decision to recommend filing or recommend disapproval.
Either would get the job done if you're looking to end it today.
Fair enough. In that case, we will stick with looking for a motion to file.
Yes, I make a motion to file.
Second that.
All right, we have a motion by Alder Perella, a second by Alder Decker. This is for filing item number 9. And seeing no further discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Chair votes aye. The ayes have it and the motion passes. That item's filed. Brings us to item number 10, General Ordinance number 30 of 2526, amending various sections of the Sheboygan Municipal Code regarding administrative fees.
All right, thank you. This is part of our ongoing efforts to tidy up some provisions within the Sheboygan Municipal Code. This particular amendment removes administrative surcharges that were based on percentages of the cost of the service or cost of the supplier, et cetera. So rather than applying this administrative surcharge, we will simply be invoicing our actual expenses.
So as it was written, the percentage surcharge was intended to cover those administrative expenses based on costs from the time that was spent.
Could you repeat your question?
As it was written, those surcharge percentages were intended to cover those administrative costs that the city was incurring.
I think originally, yes. And I don't know that the city was maintaining records to suggest that they were still covering our expenses. With the cost of things going up so much in the past few years, I would bet that these administrative fees were not adequate to cover our actual costs.
Then moving forward, the actual amounts being billed will reflect the actual costs.
Yes.
Thank you. Any questions or comments on this one? Alder Decker?
So I would guess that this also makes it a little bit easier for when we have insurance companies and such like that, because if we just all of a sudden have an administrative fee of $100 or things like that, I think insurance companies maybe would have questioned in the old ordinance, the way the ordinance was, is this kind of clean it up a little bit better for that, for like, say, if when a vehicle hits a stop sign or something like that, knocks it down or
Yeah, in my personal experience, I haven't seen the ordinance deter insurance companies from trying to negotiate away that administrative charge.
Okay.
Any other discussion on this item? If not, we'd be looking for a motion to approve.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion by Alder Perella, second by Decker. Seeing no further discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Chair votes aye. The ayes have it. The motion passes. That item's been approved. Next up, we have items for discussion only. Item number 11, the City Attorney's Office, November report.
Thank you. So sticking with our monthly tradition, I'm providing the same grids that we have historically provided to the committee. You'll note that our numbers continue to increase. Public Works, Building Inspection and Planning, and the Clerk's Office continue to be our highest customer utilization, but we do serve every department and division within the city. The overwhelming majority of the legal service requests that are documented in LawView are council document requests. You'll note that every item that comes before you in whatever committee you sit on goes through the legal office first. And I speak to that later on in the report, highlighting the critical work that our paralegal team does for the city, both in helping me accomplish my responsibilities, but also serving as resources to many other city employees and handling the administrative quality controls that the city has become accustomed to. So in honor of National Paralegal Day in October, I want to give a shout out to Kathy Hoffman and Melissa Garcia in our office. I welcome any questions.
Well, they're close.
I apologize, that was from earlier. No questions from me.
Alder Perella.
Yes, so when you say that some of the pre-trial resolving stipulation, that means you come to an agreement, right? You come to an agreement so it doesn't go to a trial.
Correct.
Right? Okay. I just want to also add my thanks to Ms. Hoffman and Ms. Garcia for the work around behind the scenes
Thank you.
and appreciation. Thank you.
Alder Decker.
Yes, got a quick question, comment, kind of a thing. Like, I appreciate the reports. It's very accurate, very nice to see that this. My question for you would be, would it possibly be better for you and for your office to just do these quarterly instead of doing these every month? I mean, like we get I know when I was on fire and police, we get a quarterly report from the police chief, we get a quarterly report from the fire chief. Would it be just as easy just for you to do a quarterly report, or is this better for you this way?
Certainly, we're willing to do that. We initiated the monthly reports when there was a moment of transition in our office. We felt that it was important to illustrate to the committee the work that our office is involved in and to show that our productivity didn't waver at all during that period of transition. If the committee would like to have quarterly rather than monthly, I'm open to that. These reports are for your benefit.
Okay, I don't know. It's either way, I mean, I just thought it would be maybe just to make things easier for your office. I know, I guess so.
Yeah, and I suppose from my perspective, as long as the committee continues to receive the information, because we have appreciated continuously, getting that insight into the operations of the office and what's being worked on, how things are going. I wouldn't have a strong opinion personally either way. We don't have this item on here for action, so it's not something we can vote on tonight, but I can see why it was valuable to have it at a more regular cadence where it was monthly during that transition period. If the attorney's office feels the amount of time that goes into the monthly report could be better spent each month other than, our quarterly turns, I would be amenable to that as well.
Perhaps that can be a change that we implement in 1/1 of 26.
For further discussion then.
Yes.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Any other discussion on this item? All right, if not, this one was for discussion only. There's no action required, so seeing no further discussion, we will move on to item 12. Just a reminder, the next regular date for this committee to meet is November 24th of this year. With that, we have exhausted our agenda and are looking for a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
We have a motion and a second for adjournment. Motion by Alder Perella, second by Alder Decker. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Chair votes aye. The ayes have it and the motion passes. We are adjourned. Thank you.